Hi there, I'm Ben, and welcome to part 21 of my full platinum walkthrough for Elden Ring. Right, as always, we're in the exact point where we left off in the previous video. Let's call this one Haligtree. This video is going to be basically Haligtree, which is this first area, which is Michaela's Haligtree, which leads to a something brace of the Haligtree. It's two separate areas, but we're going to do them both together, and eventually it's going to lead us to Malenia, which is the hardest, in quotation marks, boss in the game. So yeah, you're going to fall off potentially this part quite easily. So go to the grace point at the beginning and make sure you get that so you don't go back to the previous place, Consecrated Snowfield, when you die. And then the main enemy we're dealing with in this first part are these snowmen people. So I cleared these ones out the back so we don't get hit. We're going to just basically just run through this area as quickly as possible because there's not much to see. There's nothing for us to grab that's important. We just want to get through off the branches and down to that little bit down there where it's a bit more solid ground and fewer enemies. So I'm just clearing off the left hand side here. These are smaller ones. The smaller ones are okay. It's these big ones here that you need to look out for. So I'm not going to drop down. I'm going to hit him with a few rock slings, and they have that nasty habit of jumping up in the air and firing off their projectile, and you're going to need to dodge left and right to avoid it. And obviously you are on a tree branch here, so this is what makes this bit a bit more annoying, really, more than anything, is dodging with not much room to do so. So yeah, when you lock off, it's actually a bit more difficult to dodge as well. Right, that's what that one's down. We're not going to grab that item. We're not going to go on any of the branches elsewhere. We're just going to run for the end, basically. And you will have noticed when I was at the grace point that I switched my Wondrous Physic to the Opaline bubble. The one that means that we can take one hit of damage without dying. Now, there is a reason for that, and that's because we're going to do the kind of just run to the end of this bit, and there's an even bigger snowman which has even worse spells and magic that it throws your way. It's not essential that you get it, but it can definitely help with negating one hit that you're going to take. So yeah, if you didn't get it, if you didn't change it, don't worry. If you want to go and change it, then just walk back to the grace point, change it now, and so this is the point where we're going to run. So we're going to run down here. There's a big snowman. It'll either be to your left or your right. I know they're not snowmen. They just look like it. But I'm going to make a run all the way down here. I cleared out some of the ants, but there will still be some behind me, or there may be one potentially in front of you. And then when you get to this point here, you're going to want to drink from your Wondrous Physic. So you get that Opaline tier. And then you want to drop down. I died. I died. I will admit that. And it was actually because I was here. And then when you get down here, keep rolling. It was because I was here and I just sort of did a bad dodge and fell off. That's how it is. So yeah, just keep rolling. You can see that the Opaline tier did its thing. Then I took the hit. But just keep rolling, keep going until you get to this point, and then you're safe when you get to here. So this is the culprit up here. You can't shoot him from a distance because he can hit you from just as far away. So that's the problem with this one. So get the tier on. Do the careful drop down onto the branch and then run for it. Yeah, you did see that I died, obviously. It's not going to potentially happen for you first time. Just get the root down the first time or two, and then once you got the root down, then you can make the run for it, and you should be okay. And yeah, once you get... Obviously, I've used Ambush Shard here because it means I don't have to actually take him on. I can drop down there and grab the items, which I will do. I'll actually use the ladder in a moment. Show you where that is. There is a Lost Ashes of War up here. If you don't know what they are for, they're for duplicating your Ashes of War. Makes sense, right? You go to the smith in Round Table Hold. So I'm going to drop down here. I could have dropped off the branch, but I'm going to just show you in case you need it. If you drop down here, and then drop down here, and then drop down here, and then behind me, directly behind me now, there is a grace. So if you want the grace, if you just want to go for that, then run for that. But I will just show you there is actually a Newman's Rune up here, as well as some Scarlet Rot flowers. That's the main thing we're dealing with this in this area is Scarlet Rot. Quite a lot of it. Everything sort of has it. So yeah, it can be a bit of a problem. Obviously, it's really bad poison. Think of it as toxic, basically. So there's a couple there, and then there's a Newman's Rune here. So this is the branch that we started on, essentially. You can't make the run. I've not made a successful run down here. It's easier to go down the side, I always find, because he's just too quick with the bubbles as he's firing towards you, and dodging through the sort of 4 or 5, however many there are. It never seems to go well. So sliding down. Now we'll carry on. Now we're at a safe point. There are paths off to the left and right, but we are doing a direct thing now. We're just getting through the areas and getting to the end. There's only going to be 2 more videos after this one. We are nearly done. So I'm switching back from the Opaline tier back to my normal infinite magic tier. We'll carry on. So stop here on these stairs, because this guy will always come running up towards you. Should just be 3 and dead at this point, but may take the extra 1, so be careful. Depends how what your intelligence is like. This one will drop off. Nice. So got some golden runes, and now I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna sort of complete the loop. This is a bit of a shortcut, really, more than anything. There's I'm going to show you. I'm going to do the loop, so it'll all make sense. But you can actually shortcut this way. So you got these nasty things here that grab you. So jump up and dodge past them so they don't grab you. And this thing shouldn't wake up until you start attacking it. And then yeah, you want to watch out for these. These deal quite a lot. You've seen these sort of zombie type enemies before. But these ones particularly seem to... Watch one appear. Does it appear? Yeah. Oh no, he's on the ground. Sorry. That's why he appeared. I wonder where he came from when I was playing the game. I wasn't paying full attention, obviously. Yeah, obviously they have the tough grab that they do, which is going to do a lot of damage. And this, I'm sure I was close enough here. That's annoying. So it is a really tough enemy, this one. So just take him down from a distance. He can jump over to you, so be aware of that. If he does, then just drop down where the ladder was, and he shouldn't follow you down. It's one of those misbegottens that we've fought a few times in boss arenas. So just keep going, and he's just about to make the jump, and we managed to get him. And then across here is the Pearl Drake Talisman +2. So this negates, not negates damage, it helps with anything that's not physical damage. It helps with that, the elemental damage. So yeah, it's a good one to put on if you're fighting. If you know you're going to be taking physical damage, obviously it doesn't do anything. But if you know you're taking anything that's not physical damage, so everything else, it can help. And this is essentially a shortcut. A bit of a dangerous one, but there is a more dangerous enemies below us. But I am going to do the full loop so you can see what's going on, because there is a smithing stone 8. So it's, if you're desperate to grab one, then you can follow what I do after this. But yeah, use the sword and others Moonblade to get rid of these quickly. Do be careful that they don't grab you as well. They've all got toxic mushrooms dropped everywhere. And they're all popping because they're all frozen. But yeah, it all leads around this, and you've got that tree branch that goes back up to where we were. And then you got this ladder here. So I'm going to try, right off in the distance here, there's another one of those misbegotten warriors that we just fought. You should be able to get a couple of hits in. Now you can stay up here, and he will keep resetting back to that area. He will sort of backpedal a bit to see where the damage was coming from, but you can stay up there and just keep spamming it, and eventually you'll kill him. It will take a while though, but we're going to go back round and kind of loop so you know where we were. So there's a couple down here. Again, it's a combination of the zombies and the sort of semi-flying enemies. I really don't know what to call them, to be honest. Yeah, there's a few of them down, but once you do drop off here, there's going to be one that jumps out the door, so watch out for him. He's trying to grab you or push you off or something. And there's a few of them just kind of sitting around. Clear them all out. I think there's not usually some on the stairs, but I think there are, yeah, there's some on the stairs because they drop down from above when we're up there. So this is the ladder I went up initially. So I've come full circle now. It's all going to make sense in a moment, trust me. That's our grace point over there. And then there is... So get a Dueller's Moonblade ready, have some full bar, blue bar, FP bar, and then get ready to hit him. Just go, 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 go. Don't give him a chance. He's one of the bigger ones with the axe, and as is this one. You should be able to get this one with Rock Sling though. But the main reason we've come through here rather than just going the shortcut way... Oh, it's not really a shortcut, it's just a less frustrating way to go, let's say. So we've got him. Yeah, the reason we came in here is there's a Smithing Stone 8. So there is a lesser one as well. He's down there somewhere. Well, here's our Smithing Stone 8. We will fully upgrade the sword shortly as well. We're going to be nearly done with the sword. So all the 8s will be done. And then we'll use our Ancient Dragonstone as well. So this is the lesser one. So you can jump from... This is where we were before, up above, dead ahead. You can jump onto this platform and make a run for it if you do die. Hefty Beast Bone to make the jump here. And then this ladder here to the right of me leads up to where we were. This one here leads up to where we were and where we took those pot shots at the other Misbegotten. There are some flowers below us, you know, the big ones, as you're about to see in a moment. Does it happen? I thought it did. No, so be aware that they may shoot the magic at you. They can get you from anywhere. And these guys, I was hoping for a nice easy kill, but he was... not playing ball, so I have to go for a Stars of Ruin on him. Give myself some distance. So you bet, yeah, there you go. Be aware that the plants will be potentially trying to get you. Obviously, just move out. Oh no, he's gonna get me. Oh wow, he's quick. They're quick. So get rid of him, but don't go through the doorway just yet. Come round to the side. And there's a sneaky little one here as well. And you can see that we're getting a lot of runes now. This whole area now, everything is going to be giving us a lot of runes. Being able to level up. So yeah, this is an Ancient Dragon Smithing Stone. They're still at it, those plants. So yeah, we're going to be getting a few of those in this video. So you will be able to fully upgrade your weapons now. Multiple if you go through the mines and things like that, get the extra smithing stones you need. But as far as we're concerned, it's just one we need to do. Yeah, watch out, there is another one there. And this is a Somber Smithing Stone 8. We're already done with those, but just in case you need another. And then down here is a Grace. A Saving Grace. And we are nearly at the boss for this first part. And it is a boss that we have done before, kind of. No, it's pretty much exactly the same. So yeah, I'm going to go with Vigor. I'm going to stop at 40. Usually I don't go as high as 40, honestly. But because this is a guide and you may, be struggling with health and things, I'm going to take it up there as well. So yeah, you want high health. It's late game, so don't be afraid of putting it into health. Yeah, they've got these snails here. So there's one ahead of us here. So the snail is doing a sort of spell, and it brings in that, I forget the name, crystalline something, the enemy there, which is pretty tough enemy. So as long as you kill the snail, it will kill the other enemy as well. There's a snail down here. So kill that one. And that's not even going to spawn one at this point. And then once you've done that one, jump down, run past this tree, and drop down this little bit here, and then just kill this one quickly. And you will see that it has summoned it, and there it's just exploded. So yeah, just kill those three. obviously don't just drop down and kill them. You're going to have a real problem doing that. Yeah, I'll just nip back in here. So this is obviously another building that we were just on top of. The ants off to the side, they're not protecting anything of importance. You can obviously kill them if you want the runes. Are we clear? No? Yes? No? Yes. Somber Smithing Stone 9. So that's pretty handy if you're leveling a few up. Oh my god, what am I doing? I'm staying all over the place. Right, carrying on, do the big jump. Don't worry if you don't make the jump, there is a ladder off to the left that you can climb up. But from this rooftop, I'm going to clear it out again. They're so unassuming, these enemies, these kind of fungus ones, but they really do hurt when they grab you. So just take a moment to kill them from a distance. It takes a minute, but it's the safest way, honestly. Because you can start going down melee one. They're easy enough to kill melee, but it just takes one or two others to wake up while you're killing one, and they'll be after you, and it just snowballs out of control. Got this one here. Nope, we've got to go down for him. He's the last one now. So yeah, there's a ladder. If we drop down off to my... Wait, what we're doing there, left now. So that's the ladder you would climb up. And there's another ladder to get back round, basically. And then this ladder you can use... I will come full circle in a moment. So do this jump. It's just going to make life easier for you. Get rid of these guys up here. It means we can snipe some kind of nasty enemies from above, from up here. It just makes everything that makes our life easier. Just do it. And here they are, the sorcerers here. So there's one onto the right here. Just get their attention, hit them once, and they'll start walking off. And then you can just, spam Rocksling until he's dead. Good old Rocksling. Carried us through the game. There's one there, so that's him done. And then there's one in the middle one, which he should be able to lock onto and just fire off one, get his attention again. And then do the same. Now there is an enemy directly below. It's one of the lesser sort of gargoyle things. I know he's there. You're going to see me sort of angle it so I can drop down, and I'm using a Duelist Moonblade. I'm ready to go, but the camera lock-on lets me down once again, so it flicks me right round. I'm all over the place. Yeah, and then obviously a safe. It was a bit of a dangerous dodge, but it was okay. Yeah, so be aware that he is there. Maybe do a longer jump and then sort of run up a bit. Give yourself a bit more distance. But yeah, the lock-on did not work for me there. Because, yeah, if you do try to lock on and you can't see the enemy properly, it will just straighten your camera, which is what happened. So that's not good. You may hear a crystal lizard while you're around here. It's in there, as are some other things. And there's one of the bigger axe enemies in there. We don't need it, but there's your ladder, if you want to climb back up and do the jump. There's some stuff in there. You want to go in and have a look, go for it. Nothing we need. So it's, yeah, fine. I'm carrying on. And we're going to go and do the boss. We're done with this first part. This Michaela's Haligtree is now done. So you should get a Smithing Stone 7 and a Smithing Stone 8 here. And then you run up and got Hero's Rune. So we're going to be leveling up quite a lot in this video as well. Using runes, the sort of solid state runes, these Hero's Runes and things like that. Newman's Runes. It's getting to the end point now, might as well use them all up. But before we go and do the boss, we're just going to want to go down here and use this lift, and it's going to take us up, all the way back up to the start. To this grace point. So this is the grace point after that, the biggest snowman that we fought. And the very start of the area. So I will from here just teleport. I'm going to go back to Round Table Hold. We're going to fully upgrade our sword, and that will be us done and upgraded. We already have the trophy because of the staff, but for the sake of getting everything done, let's do the sword as well. So you should have enough. And then you got the ancient dragon smithing stone there as well. Don't worry if you don't have enough 8s. We are going to get a couple more very shortly in the next area. Do I not have enough to level up? Is that what I'm checking? Another 20,000. We're going doing a boss, so well, it's 15,000 ish. We'll get them doing that. And the boss is Loretta, Knight of the Haligtree. We have fought Loretta before, but in sort of spirit form. So this is where we started. This is the one you want, is Haligtree Town. So this is the first one. Is it Michaela? Mikola, isn't it? Have I been saying Michaela? Mikola? Yeah. It's that word that comes up at the beginning. Michaela. Anyway. So yeah, they will be back. I'm just checking. I thought there was an item here. There isn't. The sorcerers will be back, but don't worry. You can just run past them and just run for the boss fog, where it's not there yet, and get to it. So Loretta is the one on the horseback. On horseback, not the horseback. So bring in Tish and get to it. And the main attack you want to look out for here is her bow attack. That's the one that can potentially one-shot you. So she will do the arrows. They will potentially go after you even if she's at a distance, and that hurts quite a lot. This is what you need to look out for. Thankfully, Tish completely just negated the attack then. Took the attention away, which is excellent. And then, yeah, just stand back, rock sling. You will stagger her quite often as well. And just keep going. And just as if she looks like she's going to do the bow, maybe leave her just a second in between each cast. Make sure she's not going to do the bow, because she will beat you in the cast of the bow versus what you're doing. And it should be simple enough. And you're going to get Loretta's Mastery, Sorcery there, and of course, most importantly, the trophy. And a War Sickle weapon as well. And that is the first part done. Mikola's Haligtree. And yeah, this has happened again where I can't sit down at the Grace. So I'm just going to quit out. If this happens to you, quit out, jump back in. And you should be okay. It should work after that. And I think this is the point. Yeah, this is the point where I do, dump a load of runes into things. So in bit of intelligence, we're going to stop vigor at 40 max for me. It's probably 10 higher than I usually go. But we're going to use lots of runes up. Again, if you're not bothered about boss weapons and things like that, then you can use the remembrances as well. We don't need any for trophies or anything like that. So I'm just going to, 21 of these, so let's crack these and see how many we've got. That was nice, 100,000 just from those. So I'm just getting using loads of the big ones up. And getting somewhere near 3 upgrades. I'm going to put them all in there. Bigger. So what 125. More than comfortable for the place we are now. And now we're going to move on to Elphael. I'm going to go with Elphael, which is the brace of the Haligtree. So it's a bit like Anor Londo, honestly. If you've played Dark Souls 1, it will remind you of Anor Londo, honestly. It's just, yeah, the way it's all set out, it looks the same. But there's not really a castle in the middle. There's a tree instead. I'm just going to nip up here. We don't need to come up here, but there is an ancient dragon smithing stone just casually lying in a chest, not guarded by any enemies at all. We don't need it anymore, but you may well do. Now this area is it's highly dangerous. There's so many things that can kill you very quickly. So we're going to be skipping a lot of it and just kind of cheesing enemies and things like that. It's not the most noble way to play this game, but hell, we just want to get through this, right? So who cares? So I'm going to drop down. I mean, does this not remind you of Anno Londo? Yeah, it is, right? So in Anno Londo, we're going to move forward, and a lot of the main enemies are these clean rot knights. So there's one next to the door here. Just get them from a distance. Don't let them get near you. They're the ones that have the sort of lances and things that can give you rot instantly. He is blocking, that's why he's not taking too much damage. But yeah, just keep him at a distance, kill him from a distance. And behind them is a grace point. And that's our main grace point for this area, which we're going to be using a few times. We'll be back here. We're going to be warping back here a couple of times. And off we go. So just off to the right of me is a place we can drop down to safely. I will show you where that is. So just kind of take note. Yeah, we have knights. They're very simple ones, really. 3 hits on those ones, 2 on these ones, and quite a few runes for each one. Look at the runes there. That's just a basic little enemy there. 2,200. Now I'm looking over the edge for a specific enemy. There is an avatar, an Erdtree avatar down there. We're going to kill him from up here with Rocksling because we can. So there he is. So get Rocksling out. And normally this guy will kick your ass. Honestly, if you go down there, he's just going to spam this. And it's his, you know, you've seen this attack before, they all do it. But if you just stand up here and just spam Rocksling, he can't touch you. So just keep going, keep drinking, and keep going. And just take him down. We're not killing him for any specific reason other than just to get him out of the way. He's in our way. We want to go down there safely. And you do get the Rotten Staff weapon if you want to use that. And of course runes. Runes are always nice. Last one. Oh, I got one last one off himself as well. It's satisfying, isn't it? Just to stand there. Especially if you've died to that attack several times. So you get the Rotten Staff there. And then we're going to go into this doorway that we went past before. There is some enemies on the right. Simple enough to kill. He's getting his crossbow out. So we've got a golden rune, golden rune 12 from this one, and then the next one on the left hand side is a smithing stone 8. So if you are short, here's one. There's a couple of archers. Potentially these could turn into crossbow guys, so yeah, I'm going to get them from a distance. Yeah, the lock off won't lock back onto this. It won't. Yeah, it drops off and then just won't lock back onto him. So you have to backpedal there a bit. And then we're going to go through here. There's one to the left. He is sleeping, so you can surprise poke him. I'm sure there's another word for that. And then we're going to come up here and there's going to be a smithing stone 8 on the ledge, which you may have already seen. There's also another guy here, don't worry about him. He's looking off into the distance and has no idea you're there. So there's your smithing stone 8, in case you need it. And then we're going to drop down to where we killed the Erdtree avatar now. You can do this from lower down, but there's a weapon up here, so I thought I'd just, you know, show you where that is. In case you want it. The Michelin Knight Sword. Michelin, yeah, that word. And then we're going to slide down, and then we're going to jump off to where the avatar was, which is across here. It's quite an easy to jump. It looks a lot worse than it is. That was just a little jump, that one. You're going to get a Newman's Rune here, and then run off to the end. And this is a somber ancient, another somber ancient dragon smithing stone. They are just chucking them at us. It's harder to get smithing stone, 7 and 8 and 9. Well, somber smithing stone 9 than it is these dragon ones, the ancient ones. So jump over the edge here, drop down, and then carefully here, do not go drop any further than you need to. Just drop down really close to the wall. Use your stone sword key. You should have plenty of them. You can grab this item safely, but don't go any further. The worst enemy of the game will just pop out the floor and come running after you, and they're so hard to kill. And then we've got Marika's Saw Seal here, which is a legendary talisman that we do need to pick up. So once you pick that up, just teleport back. There's no point trying to go down the bottom area. It's horrendous down. It's horrible. So we're going to avoid that altogether because we don't need to do it. And we're going to go up this way and get another. What we're going to get? We're going to get a legendary ash. It's going to be our final legendary ash. And we're just going to skip this area basically because it's not nice. There's a lot of tough enemies about. So we're back here, you know where we are. No, yeah, we got him. Okay, and then there's a guy here. Now, I was just going to... Where we're going here is off to the right-hand side and dropping down. But I'm just going to show you this way. I wasn't going to... You can actually drop off. This is the bit where I was saying you can just drop off from the Grace onto the right-hand side. And it's probably the less dangerous way to go. But there is another stone sword, fog door kind of thing. This guy nearly had me. He parried me from behind. I don't know if you'll hear the sort of ching noise of a parry, but he does it from behind, which I thought was really strange. There's some knights here, so beware. Don't go too far forward yet. Just do it here, and then there's one who will instantly wake up and try and kill you. So there is a smithing stone 7 here, which you may need. There's another guy to the right here. This one doesn't have a shield, but can hit extremely hard. Has a big great sword. So smithing stone 7. And then, yeah, it's basically just a triple rings of light. It's an incantation, but if you are using incantations, then, yeah, you may want it. So it's just a quick trip down here. So above that fog door is where you would land if you dropped off to the right from the Grace Point, instead of, going down the stairs and everything. So this is not necessary, but if you want it, there it is. It's nice. So you don't need to use a stone sword key if you're not bothered by it. And then we're going to go and get Cleanrot Finley, which is our final legendary ash. If you don't get the trophy, again, there will be a list on my website of where to get all the legendary everything. That will be in the description. So if you are missing any, you can always just check them, and it will tell you where to go if you did. So there's just one guy there, so jump across. This is just a normal red one, so you're going to get a flask back, potentially. Crimson Tears. And then there's a Cleanrot Knight, but this guy, he's there, he's right on it, and off to the side he goes, which is very annoying. Stars of Ruin is the weapon, the spell I prefer against Cleanrot. This is the attack you really need to dodge and look out for. I'm charging up here, I just want to get as much damage. Yeah, just throw it out. Don't even worry about wasting FP on those guys, just get them killed. And here it is, Cleanrot Knight Finley. That is the last legendary ash, so you should get the trophy for that. And now we're going to take a shortcut. It's more of a safe cut than a shortcut. Kind of safe. I'm going to die, and it's actually quite a funny death, so I left it in. So there's a few enemies down here. Below, the roof I'm stood on is where you would normally travel through. There's a path down, and there's 2 Cleanrot Knights in there. We're going to completely skip them because we don't have to fight them. So make this jump. It's not a hard jump. Just kind of angle it so there's not much, so you can't travel over. You sort of travel down rather than over the side of it. Then we'll come up here, and there's another somber ancient dragon smithing stone, as if we don't have enough of these. It's ridiculous. They're just throwing them all over the place. And then up here, Seedbed Curse, which is part of an ending we're not doing, so it doesn't matter, but it's up here. And then we're going to drop down here. So there are a few enemies here. You can see there's the doorway with a clean rock knight in. That's where you would normally travel through. So there's a few down here. Down here you can just take pot shots, get the runes. So drop onto this. Watch out, it can be a bit slippy and push you off the edge if you're unlucky. There's this sort of slippy bit. There is a guy with a great sword here, so be careful. He can hit you very hard. And then I'm going to die, and I left it in because I thought it was hilarious. But don't just drop straight down onto the... I completely forgot. As I'm running across this, I think, no, I've not killed the guy with the ballista. And then I just hear the ballista get fired off. And then, yeah, that happened. So don't do that. And then I've just run back, so I'm going to fade here. So this is, yeah, obviously it's the same place. I've just killed the knight here. So that's where I went across and died. Don't do that. Not good. Kill the guy with the ballista. Who is there? There are actually two of them. There's another one next to him, but you can't get him from here. So just make a run for it. You should be okay with the second one. Don't try and kill him, just run past and jump up here and you should be fine then. We are going to avoid all that. Yeah, I thought we'd get away with the big flower, but he's not. Nope, he's not playing ball. So we're going to have to kill him. Don't go too far forward either. The Scarlet Rot is, there's a lot of it around here. I didn't switch to this. I didn't do that switch myself. It just lost the lock on the big plant somehow. I guess it wanted me to pick some more Cerulean Tears up. Oh, it's infuriating killing these ones. I suppose it's completely safe. We're not taking any damage whatsoever. Do we kill him? No, one more away. One more. That's annoying. Right, so the reason I've done this is so we don't get attacked while I'm doing what I'm about to do. Which is jump onto this ledge and look down and kill the enemies. There's a whole bunch. I'm looking for one. Sometimes he's up there, but he's down here now. Sometimes he'll be walking down the stairs. So you should be able to kill them all from here. There should just be 3, maximum of 3, potentially only 2. Depends if the other ones got alerted. If you do just drop down, he will be right behind you in the corner here to the left. That's where he stands. I'm not going to go in there and fight all those. No, you're just going to get through this. Don't worry. There's nothing you've missed that's of interest. So kill those 2. You got one here. You got some Haligtree soldier ashes, which are here, and then you got another smithing stone 8. So you should have more than enough now. And now we're just going to skip this. You can see there's another Erdtree avatar. He's a pain, that one. So we're just going to completely skip him. There's no need to fight him. Unless you want to, of course. So if you do come up a bit higher here, so you've got a bit of extra travel for travelling distance as you drop, and do a big jump across. If you don't make it, you'll sort of land on the avatar or behind him. Just run through the doorway and then hit that grace point there, and you'll be fine. If you die, it doesn't really matter. You've hit the grace and you just start back here, which is the important thing. There he is. So that means we don't have to mess around fighting him. Right, so this next section you can actually, if you want to, put Flame Cleanse Me back on. You know, the incantation that removes status effects. You can. We're about to run through another Lake of Rot or it's more of a waterfall of rot. You don't need to. You can do it without. I'm not going to do it. You're going to see that I'm going to think about it. And shall I do it? Look, no, I'll just tell them about it. It's not really long like the previous lake. It's quite short, but you will definitely get rot. So as long as you heal through it, you'll be fine. Yeah, this is the point where I'm thinking, shall I go and do it? No, I'll just tell them about it. We don't need it. So if you want to grab it, put it on, then do so. There's enemies here, and it's just a sword in that chest. Those enemies are a bit of a pain because they don't really take any damage until you've staggered them once. So hit them with rock slings. Of course, because I hit everything with rock sling, is the best for me. You stagger them once, and then they start taking proper damage, but they hit quite hard as well. But because we don't really care about the sword, or we just don't care about the sword, we're not going to do it. We're just going to carry on through here. Right, so here's so it's just that there. You see that waterfall? We've got to get across that, and you don't walk very quick when you're running through it. So that made no sense, that sentence, but you know what I mean. There is one of the guys here. I forget what these things are called. We have fought them before. So just there we go. He knows I'm there. And the main reason we want to stay away from him is this attack from behind. Even from round the corner. I mean, come on. So these are the enemies we're up against now. So keep your distance and kill them as soon as you see them. So we're going to get there's a few lesser ones in here. So they are sort of baby versions. They die very easily. But they can also fire the things off as well. And you can't see them, obviously. You don't know what I'm looking at here. Just keep switching your lock on, moving it around this bit here. And if you do lock on something, kill it. There are some more behind that rock in the middle. Right, so heal up. If you've got Flame Cleanse Me, if you did get it, then have that ready as well. But you are definitely going to get rot. You can jump, but don't roll, because it will just make matters worse. And you'll get it quicker. So as you go past the rock, maybe do a lock on here and there. They can be a bit of pain to hit with rock sling because they're a bit lower. It's a bit weird how it might miss like it just did then. You know, one just missed then. Don't forget to heal as well. And just make it across here. Now obviously use Flame Cleanse Me if you have that as you're going. We're just going to make a run for it, or I'm going to make a run for it. There's a grace very near here, so as long as you got, you know, 2 Crimson Tears, you'll be fine. There's a whole thing up round there. We're not doing any of that. I'm not bothered. We're just going to run through here, drop down this ladder and get the grace and carry on and go and get another legendary talisman and go and do our fight. The fight. Malenia, you've seen her, I'm sure. I'm sure you've heard of her reputation. Now, the reason I'm saying she's not that difficult is honestly, it's not me trying to say I'm, you know, good or better than anyone that took 100 attempts, because the first time I fought her, it was a lot. But she's very easy to learn, and you know, you can keep your distance, you can use your summon, and honestly, we can kill her pretty quickly if we need to, which is what we'll try and do. Oh, fairly quickly and safely. So we're dropping down here, and then onto this branch. And also, if I say that she is, you know, no problem, easy, then you'll think that she's no problem, easy, and that will help you beat her, hopefully. If I say she's the most difficult thing, you're going to have such a hard time on this, oh, you're going to be at it for hours, then, you know, it's psychological, isn't it? Then you probably will be. But yeah, no, she's nothing to worry about, honestly. So carefully drop down here onto this roof. Now, you are going to get shot. These are lesser ones that are shooting me now. So just try and find a safe space and have Glintstone Pebble ready. You've got one here, one in the middle, and there is a larger one in front of him, so do watch out. I didn't switch that. It switched it, but we'll kill him anyway. So there, kill the lesser one. Now there's another lesser one just below. Can't really see him. Just be careful up here. You don't want to drop down because we're after that chest, and this is the only way to get it. So once you've cleared out the 3, so there's 3 and 1 up here. 3 small ones, 1 big one. And this is the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman. This is a legendary one. It's one we need for a trophy, and it's also one we're going to use because it heavily negates physical damage, which is good. There's another big one down here. Hit him with the Stars of Ruin. I should have followed up with another. I don't know why I didn't. Oh, because I didn't have. I wasn't ready with the flask. Rookie mistake. If you drop down this side, you've got a nascent butterfly. Okay, great. Now, if you just want to make a run for it, go left and down the lift. There's no reason to come around here. It's just an Ionian butterfly, which is, you know, arguably just as useless, or it's not useless because people will use them for crafting, but we don't, or I don't. But just for the sake of clearing out, making everything nice and safe, this is what we're doing. So in the previous video I mentioned rune arcs, and I haven't used them at all, and I said collect some, and we're going to use these on the more difficult bosses. This is going to be one of those instances where we're going to use it. You should have a few, even if you've just got one, that's fine. We're going to use it. If you don't have any, don't worry, it's not the end of the world. It's just going to make things just slightly more easier. So we're going to do a bit of setup here for the boss. So it's Malenia. We're about to go and go and fight. No, I was going to say something else then. It would have sounded weird. Anyway, so I'm just going to crack a few runes. Just going to get rid of any runes that I'm carrying, really, because potentially you're going to die. And you don't want to have to worry about going grabbing runes all the time. So if you just level up using the ones you've got, and if you lose 5,000, whatever, who cares at that point? So just level up here. I'm going to put it into intelligence, if I remember rightly. We're going a bit high on intelligence here, but it's fine. Now I'm going to remove these spells. I'm going to remove Pebble. I'm going to remove Ambush Shard. I'm going to remove Odula's Moonblade. A Moonblade is actually really good against Malenia. If you're using Mimic Tear, maybe stick with Moonblade, and you can trap her in a corner, and both of you go out with that, and it can really help. Don't know why I did that. What I wanted to do was add a chart, change the distribution. I'm going to go for a 7-7 split here. Health can be, you know, a major thing if you're stuck. You don't need too much magic. I'm going to remove this Primal Glintstone Blade as well, so we're going to get extra health. I'm going to put on the Great Shield Talisman that we just got. That's going to help with damage negation. Now, if you're struggling with damage as well, you can take Radagon's Sword Seal off, and maybe, you know, put something that's just health on as opposed to that, and it's going to help. You know, mess about with them. Give yourself as much health as possible if you think that's going to be a problem for you. And then once you're done, quit out, and I'm going to show you how to do a backup save, because I have been asked about this in the past. So I'm on PS5, so if you go somewhere across to system, if you're on PS4 or whatever, if you go to system, there's going to be a save data and game section here. I'm playing the PS4 version of the game, so I need to go to that version. Go to console storage, because I'm going from console to USB. If you're doing the PS5, you can't save to a USB, you can only save to the cloud. I don't have cloud on this account, so that's why I'm not using it. So I'm going to go to a USB. So you can either go to cloud or USB, depending on what you're using, and then copy across, and that's backed up. Now, if you use too many rune arcs or whatever, you can come back in, re-download your save, and then you'll have all your rune arcs back. So that's what I mean. You only need 1 or 2, because you can always use your backup save to do it. So I'm going to run down here. I'm going to use a rune arc. I've got 18, and that's going to +5 every stat that I have, which is excellent. Now, I did die, and that's actually quite a good thing, because the first time you go into Malenia, there's a cutscene and you're going to be put right next to it. If you die and then go in, quickly spam 2 Rock Sling to get her attention, and then bring in Tish, because she's going to fire off her spell that she does every time, that attack that she does, and it's going to hit Malenia, 90% of the time. If you do it straight away, she'll miss. So get that attack in and then just start backpedaling. Now the main attack with Malenia you need to worry about is her waterfowl dance thing, which is where she goes up into the air and a flurry of attacks. This one. Now even if you are at a distance, back away, because she may, with the final third phase of it, come flying towards you. It does happen, but it's very, very easy to actually dodge. So the main thing you worry about here is watching her go up into the air. So she's going to go up, she's going to do it again in a moment, and if she does it, then lock off, quickly take the lock off. The first two you're going to dodge backwards or start backpedaling. So now she's done it, so I'm still lock off, walk away, dodge back twice, forwards once, and you should completely miss the attack. So it's got three phases to the attack. Back twice, forwards once. So once you've taken our health bar down the first time, go through the cutscene and then quickly run past, lock off again, run past her, get to a safe distance, which is about where I'm stood, drink your physic, and then hit her with Comet Azure, and then go. When she's up again, obviously stop doing it and back away. If you're lucky, she'll go straight into another one of those slams. If not, she'll just do the normal attack. This one you just keep dodging backwards, and then she will come flying at you again. Just dodge backwards, and then the other attack that I dodged, then she comes flying towards you, and then she'll come flying towards you for a second time. And now she's about to do, so if you're lucky, you get this attack twice in phase 2. This one, you can just run past her again, hit her with Comet Azure, and you'll be good. And that's it. That's Malenia. Honestly, that's how simple it can be. In the second phase, hit her with as much attack as you can and kill her as quickly as possible. First phase, take it easy, learn her moves. Simple enough, right? Hopefully. Just keep watching, how I dodge through things. So it's back twice on the waterfowl. So start back, unlock off, start walking backwards, dodge back through the first attack, back through the second part, forwards through the third one, and it should completely miss you. It's pretty much, once you have it down in your head, you'll get it, and it'll be simple enough. And there you are. That's Malenia. You'll get the trophy, you'll get her remembrance and her rune and things like that. A bit more leveling up done. Just 2 more videos now. I'm going to switch everything back again. I did forget to do my spells. I'll do that at the beginning of the next one. But yeah, that's it. Right. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.